where do we start this morning? Because everything sort of comes together. Let's start with the orca guy, orca idiot, orca smarter than man who tries to body slam a killer whale. He gets a $600 fine. Well, I will note that the $600 fine for the orca idiot is a larger fine than Kiri Allan got and I'm not going to say for refusing to accompany police. I think now that the matter's been dealt with in court and Kiri Allan's self-interested narcissism has been exposed for all to see, I think we can be honest. We can be honest about what happened to Kiri Allan and how it happened and why it says, and it gives us a signal that a lot of things are wrong in our society. As you know, a private members bill has been proposed to outlaw stalking in this country. And currently on, is it Netflix, there is a thing called Baby Reindeer, which is all about stalking and a woman stalking. And I believe that what has happened to Kiri Allan is she was stalking her ex-girlfriend. And in the weeks, month prior, there had been much reportage about Kiri Allan being upset about breaking up with her girlfriend, who was herself a person in the public eye. And Kiri Allan went on and on about her mental health and how breaking up from her girlfriend was making her unwell, which is a form of emotional blackmail and stalking. And on the Sunday night in question, when she crashed at Kiri's Corner in Evans Bay, which I drive past every morning, she was drunk and driving towards in the direction of her ex-girlfriend's flat. So was Kiri Allan stalking? I'm going to take a guess and say I think probably, and all her behaviours up to that point had suggested that she was having problems coming to terms with the end of a relationship and was acting out in an abusive way about that, but no one would write about that. Why not? Because very early on in her political career, our legacy media, largely now populated by people who have political agendas and largely younger women and often younger Maori women and people who believe in queerness, Kiri Allan struck the jackpot. Here was a queer Maori woman from, well, a tough background. So she was, in many ways, for the news media, a diversity darling. And for a Labour Party, which is not interested and was not interested in competency, but was interested in identity, having a lesbian lawyer, Maori cabinet minister, well, it hit the jackpot, didn't it? She had to be promoted in their world of identitarian politics. So she becomes First Minister of Civil Defence, and it doesn't take long before the uncritical lovies of the legacy media are touting her for higher office and better things. And lo and behold, before you know it, she's the Minister of Justice, one of the most important portfolios in any government. And, of course, all her mates in the news media are saying that she could be Prime Minister one day. What a rapid rise on the back of basically nothing. So did we examine Kiri Allan's character when she went to a Radio New Zealand function and promoted her not by then ex-girlfriend and accused Radio New Zealand of racism? No, we didn't. The mainstream media didn't really get into that story. And Kiri Allan is allowed to go on her merry way. And as she essentially stalks and emotionally blackmails her ex when they break up, she stood down not for mental health reasons, and she argues with the Prime Minister over it being mental health, but still nothing is done, and she is still allowed to get away with it. Then, once caught, having drunk, smashed the car, refused to accompany police, does she do the decent thing? Well, she does do the decent thing and resign. There was no choice. But does she plead guilty? Does she mea culpa? No. She constantly breaks her silence in exclusive interviews, which are all self-serving and self-justifying. She doesn't confront her stalky behaviour. It's all mental health issues. It's all someone else's fault. And then she claims she's going to go to court and fight for a principle over a grey area in the law about whether or not she could have seen a lawyer. What 100% BS that was. Though our woke legacy media dutifully reported her as if she had even a skerrick of credibility left. And what happens yesterday? Well, on the eve of taking her principled stand in this grey area of the law, she folds like a pack of cards. She does a deal. She gets a minor fine, $300 for crashing your car and being that far over the limit and resisting police. What a joke. But she gets a conviction. She doesn't get discharged without conviction. And a deal is done. And does she have the decency and the strength of character to take her medicine yesterday? No. She continues the charade, saying that her lawyers still believe there's a grey area that should be tested. Well, why didn't you test it, Kiri Allan? On a personal level, I think we've all had breakups that we've handled with badly, and people in glass houses like me maybe shouldn't throw stones when it comes to drink driving. But I didn't gaslight the entire country. I didn't put the justice system through the expense of preparing for a defended hearing and court time set aside and a judge assigned, only then to turn around and change my mind. Kiri Allan, of course, deserves redemption. We all do. And let's hope that she learns some humility and gets the help she needs for her narcissistic tendencies. And let's hope our mainstream news media and others reflect on the role they played in the rise and fall of Kiri Allan, which you could have scripted. But it tells me we should never appoint people because of the colour of their skin, because they've got a trendy sexual orientation, or because they, fit all the virtue signalling messages we want to send. And our news media must learn not to identify with identitarian politics, but to examine those in positions of power and just be a bit more bloody responsible. And also, I say, if we're going to talk about stalking, this is the most high-profile case we have seen recently.